When I tell you I used to be addicted to sugar, I genuinely mean addicted. I could not finish a meal without something sweet after and not just be like, oh, I fancy a bit of chocolate. It was constant. If there were cookies in the house, I wouldn't have one, I'd eat the whole packet. And I used to justify it by saying, oh, I just have a sweet tooth. That's just me. But looking back now, that wasn't a sweet tooth. That was dependency. I was dependent on sugar, but more importantly, I was dependent on those blood sugar spikes just to get me through my day. And I think this is where so many women get it wrong. They think it's a willpower issue. Like, why can't I just stop? Why do I always want something sweet? Why can't I control myself around food? But it's not you, it's what's going on internally. Fast forward to now, and my sugar cravings are pretty much non-existent. I still have dessert when I want it. I still enjoy food, but it doesn't control me anymore. And that shift genuinely changed everything. It's not just physically, but mentally as well. So if you feel like sugar has a bit of a hold on you, you're constantly thinking about your next snack, you can't finish a meal without something sweet, this video is for you. My name's Alex. I help women from all over the world transform their bodies, get leaner, stronger, and less inflamed through an anti-inflammatory diet, healthier lifestyle habits, and workouts anyone can do, no matter how busy they are. Why is this happening? First thing you need to understand is this. Sugar cravings are not about willpower, they're about blood sugar. When you eat something high in sugar or very carb heavy, like a muffin, cereal, a smoothie, even healthy snacks, your blood sugar spikes really quickly. Then what happens? It crashes. And when it crashes, your body goes into panic mode. It's like, we need more energy now. And what's the fastest source? Sugar. So you end up in this constant loop of spike, crash, crave, repeat. And this is why you can never just have one. It's not because you lack discipline, it's because your body is literally driving you to go again. So the first thing we need to do is stabilize that, the blood sugar. And the easiest way to do that is by increasing protein and fats. This was one of the biggest changes for me. I used to have smoothies that looked healthy, fruit, veg, protein powder, but they still weren't keeping me full. Now I add fats like nut butter, avocado, or tahini. Tahini is honestly so underrated. It makes things creamy, tastes amazing, and it helps massively with that blood sugar balance. And within a few days of doing this, my cravings dropped, not slightly, dramatically. And this is the bit people don't realize. When your body is properly fueled, cravings don't need to be controlled, they naturally reduce. And I think this is really important to say. If you are constantly craving sugar, it's actually a signal. Your body is either underfueled, lacking protein, lacking fats, or constantly on that spike crash cycle. So instead of blaming yourself, start asking, what am I missing? Because most of the time, it's not about removing sugar, it's about adding what your body actually needs. Step 2, replace, don't restrict. The biggest mistake you can make is saying, I'm cutting sugar out completely. Because restriction creates obsession. The more you tell yourself you can't have something, the more you think about it. So instead, we replace. This is something I use with all of my clients. We don't remove the sweet element, we just change the source. So instead of grabbing ultra-processed desserts, we make things at home that are still enjoyable but actually support your body. And over time, something really interesting happens. Your taste buds change. Foods that used to taste normal suddenly taste too sweet. And foods that actually fuel you start to feel more satisfying. That's when you know you've broken the cycle. Step 3, hydration. Underrated but huge. This one is massively overlooked. A lot of what you think is a sugar craving is actually dehydration. Your body can't always distinguish between hunger and thirst. So before you reach for something sweet, try this. Drink a full glass of water, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then reassess. You'll be surprised how often that craving just disappears. And if you want to take it a step further, add some electrolytes, game changer, especially flavored ones, because you're getting that slightly sweeter taste, hydration, and energy all in one. And no calories. better hydration, better energy, better digestion, clearer skin, less cravings. It's a no-brainer for me, sugar addict or not. Step 4, hidden sugars. This one honestly frustrates me because for years I thought I was eating healthy. Granola bars, protein bars, yogurt, smoothies. But when I actually looked at the labels, I was basically eating dessert all day. Sugar hides in everything. Sauces, dressings, cereals, healthy snacks, flavored yogurts. And because it's marketed well, you don't question it. Now, my rule is simple. If I'm having sugar, it's something I actually want it in. Ice cream, cookies, an almond croissant on the weekend. Not random hidden sugar in foods that don't even satisfy me. Step 5, break the habit loop. This is the part most people ignore. Not all cravings are physical. A lot are habitual. For me, it was dinner, dessert. Didn't matter if I was full, I still wanted something sweet because it was a pattern. So you need to break that loop. And yes, this is where it feels a bit uncomfortable at first. Swap the habit. Herbal tea, brushing your teeth, going for a walk, even a lower calorie hot chocolate. At first, you'll still think about sugar, that's normal, but over time, your brain stops expecting it, and that's when it gets easy. The biggest thing I want you to take from this is sugar cravings are not a discipline problem. They are biological, habitual, environmental, and all of those things you can change. Once you step out of that constant cycle of spikes and crashes, you realize how good your body is actually supposed to feel. More stable energy, better mood, less obsession around food, and fat loss becomes so much easier. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know which tip you're going to try first. If you want my April recipe book, comment recipe book and I'll send it over. There are loads of easy, high protein, sweet options in there. And if you want help putting this into a plan that actually works for you, for more information on how to work one-to-one with me, click the first link in the description. I'd love to help you. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.